I'm Christopher Zweig, and this week on CJ at the Movies, I review Jason Statham and Sylvester Stallone back in the game in Expend4bles 4, Dumb Money with Paul Rudd, Seth Rogen, and an all-star cast, Gael, Garcia, Bernal as the gay wrestler Cassandro, the new horror film from Neon, It Lives Inside, and John Carney's latest masterpiece, Flora and Son. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Expend4bles 4 with Jason Statham back as Lee Christmas and Sylvester Stallone back as Barney Ross, but in a limited role due to this sequel being considered his last involvement in the series, and a predictable cliche I can see a mile away. This time they have to deal with a terrorist bent on starting World War III. He's played by Iko Uwais.
Is that the biggest one you've got? Oh, it's way bigger than that.
That's Randy Couture reprising his role in the Expend4bles team along with Dolph Lundgren, and new recruits include 50 Cent and Megan Fox. I guess it's supposed to be entertaining when she has a sexy fight with Statham, and this is me saying, don't care.
Do you read now?
What is this?
It's classified.
I'm with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. You weren't invited.
The last Expend4bles sequel made my list of the worst films of 2014, and maybe Expend4bles 4 will make this year's list, if nothing else overshadows it, but only time will tell. The story makes no sense, the action is wall-to-wall, and the jokes are too typical for me to laugh at. I enjoyed the first two movies, but the rest have been trash. Now here's a movie with dumb people who are actually smarter than the guys in Expend4bles 4. It's called Dumb Money, which is a fun view of the stock market during the COVID-19 pandemic. Sorry to remind you people about that. Based on Ben Mesrick's book, The Anti-Social Network, the movie tells a true story about how investors on the Reddit page r/Wall Street Bets made a short squeeze because of how two hedge funds have bet that GameStop shares would fall. In summation, everyday people made the video game store one of the hottest companies in the world.
Babe, how much did we make today?
$5 million?
How much did we lose today?
$1 billion.
And yesterday?
$4 million?
And yesterday?
$1 billion.
Babe,
Yeah.
we're like rich.
The movie's star-studded cast is led by Paul Dano as Keith Gill, the blogger whose videos inspire people to invest in GameStop, and among many others you also have Pete Davidson as his brother, Anthony Ramos as a GameStop employee, and Seth Rogen as hedge fund manager Gabe Plotkin. Dumb Money, directed by Craig Gillespie, knows how to be entertaining with its honest sense of humor, and knows how to have its characters handle the situations when the hedge fund managers turn their tables on the investors. Whether or not you're a gamer or a Wall Street investor, you're still able to get some laughs and anger with Dumb Money, so check it out. Our next movie is Cassandro, which stars Gael Garcia Bernal as gay amateur wrestler Saul Armendariz, who becomes the exotico Cassandro. Seeing this under the writing and direction of Roger Ross Williams, who also made Life Animated, it expresses its themes and sportsmanship quite well.
Luchador? Sí.
Ay, mijo, tú tan hacendoso.
But I've been doing real fights since a couple of years ago.
They always cast us around.
They don't see nothing else.
Among his homosexuality pathos, he has a romance with Bad Bunny, who is tasked with getting closer to him by a shady promoter.
No puedo.
Está bien, no te preocupes, está bien. No te hundes. Está todo bien.
Perdóname.
Nos vemos, mi rey.
Even if the screenplay regarding the would-be romance doesn't leave much to the imagination, Cassandro still works because of Bernal's performance and Williams' direction. It intends to remind people of the wrestler's story, or introduce him to those who haven't heard of him. I never heard of Cassandro, but I was interested to know his story, so check it out. Next up, we have It Lives Inside, a horror film which combines Indian themes with supernatural evils while having a young heroine who struggles with her cultural identity. That girl happens to be Sam, played by Megan Suri from Missing, who adapts better to her American life than her mother, and she also has a former best friend who is holding a jar containing a demonic entity inside.
Don't you hear it? You let down.
When the friend mysteriously disappears, Sam must try to connect to her roots to defeat this demon.
It's called the Pishash. It doesn't kill you right away. When it's ready, it eats your soul.
It Lives Inside doesn't take risks in terms of its story, but it does keep you involved with how the young heroine tries to figure out herself and how she deals with the horrors without succumbing to the cliches of Smile. That film was a commercial horror film. This one is an independent feature with almost the same charms as the Australian import from last summer, Talk to Me, so check it out. And our last movie is Flora and Son, the latest gem from Once, Begin Again, and Sing Street genius John Carney, taking place in Dublin and telling the story of a young mother and her troubled teenage son who is bound for the big house if he keeps up his behavior. Hewson plays the mother while newcomer Oren Kinlan plays the boy. She finds a guitar in the dumpster and offers it to her son, who immediately rejects it.
Can't wait for the day I don't have to be here.
Go on! Go back to your dad!
I might learn the guitar myself.
That's just too funny. Takes years of practice, commitment.
Are you really going to talk to me about commitment?
That's Jack Rayner as her ex-husband, and she decides to take some guitar lessons on her MacBook under the guidance of an LA-based musician played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
So, you want to learn the guitar? This is a gift you can take to your grave.
What's your problem?
I didn't know I had a problem.
You're teaching guitar online, love.
Getting back to the Son story, he makes rap music on the GarageBand app, which impresses her.
Was that yours? How did you make that? It sounded epic.
Come on, girl, let's get in trouble. Shaking not stir the James Bond from Dublin.
We got something real.
And back to the guitar lessons, each scene between Hewson and Gordon-Levitt feels so authentic, it's like they're talking to each other in the same room.
It's so sexy.
Okay.
Is that why you took it up?
Well, let's focus on you.
Are you coming on to me?
Carney also wrote the songs with Scottish musician Gary Clark, and they both are able to merge with the characters. They have their troubles, but the power of music is able to bring out their best qualities. When you first watch it, you start to question their words and behaviors, but the more you get to know these characters, the more you acknowledge their personalities. Even when they experience some pathos, those scenes are never irritating or typical, but rather emotional and good-hearted. Flora and Son is a great movie. Okay, recapping this week's new movies, thumbs way down for Expend4bles 4, thumbs up for Dumb Money, thumbs up for Cassandro, thumbs up for It Lives Inside, and thumbs way up for Flora and Son. Well, those are the movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels, and please read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and download the new HD Radio app.